What's up, family? Welcome to the Mental Game Podcast, man. Today is a special episode. Everybody knows what this weekend is and what this weekend means to the special ladies in your life. Uh, you know, y'all seen her before. Y'all see who I got as my guest on the podcast. Y'all seen her before. This is my mom's. She got her hair put up and she dressed more comfortable. We took family pictures earlier today. Um and y'all know my mom. This is the leading lady in all of me and my brothers and my sister's life. It's the lady that gave us life, carried us. Uh but what they say, 9 months, 10 months. I know everybody says something different. Oh, you actually carry a baby for 10 months. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Did all that, but this is the lady that sacrificed so much for us to be here, me and my siblings, and a lady who I am very appreciative of for all the sacrifices that she made and everything that she gave up. Um, I'm her biggest fan. I would like to think. I love getting on her nerves. Yeah, I love. I love stirring her up a little bit.
Oh, you can do
Keeping her
it too.
keeping her blood pumping. And I just appreciate my mama. So today's episode is all about the woman who raised me, taught me, and still probably prays for me every single day. You know
Amen.
so it's Mother's Day, and Mother's Day weekend, and I just had to get my mom on here. I couldn't think of anything else to do. This podcast today is really gonna be it's gonna be an interview because I want people to really understand the role that a mother plays in a son's life, and to I want everybody to really know my mama and really know why I love my mom so much. So this podcast is it's the I'm gonna call it Dear Mama. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental game Mother's Day podcast. And I've broken it up into three segments. Um, we have the woman, the mother, and the legacy. So, and I got Gamma barking in the backyard. He hear me talking, so I ain't let him out today. So he back there like, hey, where you at? Or somebody standing at that fence watching him. But okay, we gonna start off with segment one. We're gonna start off with the woman. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to in this segment I wanted everybody to get to know who my mama is beyond just being a mom. You know what I'm saying? So my first question is, Mom, what were your dreams before having kids, Mom?
My dream before having kids was I wanted to be a nurse.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to be. But it was kind of hard for me to catch on to what I wanted to do because I worked in factories after I graduated from high school and Hoover's and went and worked at Higby. And I just didn't have any money. So the military was my only out of Canton, Ohio, and I was trying to drag my sister Candy with me, but she claimed that she couldn't pass the test, but it was something else that was going on.
Right.
That
If you family, So rest in peace, they ain't Candy.
yeah.
Um,
So
okay.
yeah. So from there, I went into the military. I staggered through that for 6 years of active duty. And by that time, I had three kids. And so I had to get a job and go to work and take care of the first three that I had.
Yes, ma'am. Mark. Those three that she's talking about is my brothers Marcus, Aaron, and AJ. I wish I could have got them on the podcast too, but I
Yeah.
know I try not to keep because I know last time we had issues getting everybody on the podcast. It kept
Yeah.
Riverside kept crashing on us and stuff. I don't
Yeah.
think it can
Yeah.
handle all that bandwidth. So I try to keep it down a little bit. But who was the funniest person in your life growing up?
My life wasn't funny growing up.
Yeah. I don't know, mama, because you have such a good sense of humor now. I was like, it's hard to believe that.
Yeah,
And then you raised us with such sense of humor.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What?
So it's like it's hard to believe that mom didn't
Yeah,
have a lot of funny people
yeah,
growing up.
yeah. We were very quiet growing up. We were very quiet growing up. We played outside a lot. We lived in the country. Uh, and we grew up in the country. So I didn't move into the city of Canton until I was like 13, 14 years old. So it was serious. I don't know if we ever laughed. I can't even remember if we even laughed or sat down and talked to each other. I can't remember any of that. So,
Really?
yeah, yeah. But we played outside a lot and went to school, came home, always had dinner. We ate what was in front of us. We didn't have, oh, I don't like, no such thing. Yeah, so
Nah,
we ate
'cause
everything. Liver, grits, uh, uh, everything. Kidneys, cow kidneys, and rice and beans. We didn't eat beans with rice. We just ate beans, cornbread, some kind of meat, pork chops, uh, pig feet,
Mhm.
and stuff like that. We eat everything,
Mhm.
everything. Yeah. And we had a
What?
farm, a garden. We didn't have no farm, but we had a garden. We had chickens. We had a whole lot of cats. We had a whole lot of dogs. Um,
With so much activity going on, man, it's hard to believe that y'all didn't laugh at something.
I don't remember. Uh, I mean, we had outside toilet.
Mhm.
We had to go outside at nighttime. We peed in the pot, because it was too dark to go to the outside toilet. So
Right.
we first home we had was a trailer. That's why I love trailers so much. And I would move back in a trailer if I able to get one. I would move back in a trailer because I that's how I the first place of residence that I knew. And my dad, he built the house we lived in, and he soon after that he put in a put in a toilet. Hmm. Yeah.
That's great. I see, but see, back to the funniest person. I thought show you would say Auntie Emily. And
I
silly
didn't
she.
know. Emily looked at me as her second mom for some
Ah,
reason.
okay.
She felt I'm the one that took care of her, but I don't remember that. But I don't even remember Rocky, and I told his wife, so well, how was Rocky? I don't remember no Rocky being living with me. Yeah, he
she like, I don't
said,
even remember him being here.
I, I, he said y'all fed him wet bread. So what you talking about? Anybody fed him no wet bread?
Y'all gave
So
him flour and water. That's what
yeah,
he trying to say.
some kind of wet bread. I don't even know what the wet bread was, unless he had a sandwich in his lunchbox and it
And it got
sweated
soggy
during the
on him.
day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
God.
eat even no wet bread.
Shame on you, Uncle Rock, man. Blame my mama for that. Shame
Uh,
on you.
uh,
He
yeah.
might be I don't know, he kinda funny too. That was my number. That was my top three of your funniest people had, like, in my mind, it had to be Auntie Emily, Uncle Rock, but no, Uncle George.
Oh yeah, he would probably be number one.
Nah, cause he was funny when I first met him. He walked in the
Yeah,
house, he
yeah.
stuck his little chest out, and he like, "Who are you?" And man, it's just oh man.
Yeah, he
I,
probably was on some type of substance.
some type of upper, something that had him up and running.
Yeah, something that had him up and running. Mhm. Yeah,
Okay, what's something that most people don't know about you, Mama?
that don't know about me.
What yeah, that's what's something that most people don't know about you.
Uh, don't know about me.
Mama said, I don't know, I'm an open book.
Yeah, I don't have any secrets and stuff that people don't know anything about me. But I love to sew, but I have to get back in it. I'm trying to make y'all some quilts. Everybody get a quilt as soon as I put it together and uh, sit down and be still enough to finish making them.
You ever thought about taking a class? Like one of these little how everybody has a class or something nowadays, or a some type of class or
Yeah,
like
that's a good idea.
I was even thinking about doing a because I used to do candles and stuff. I even thought about doing a candle making class. Because or it's just like a little crafting class for like self care items.
Yeah, I'm
Teach
gonna have
people how to
to.
make candles, lotion, stuff like that. Because that's something I used to do. But
I'm
I'm
gonna see
pretty
if
sure
yeah, Lone Star might have some.
no, not even Lone Star. Like you probably look up something
Yeah,
on
quilting or something.
on
Yeah, they
Facebook
may
or
have a
something like
class.
that.
Yeah, that's an idea.
They might have a Medea teaching the class.
Yeah,
Try to
that's
teach. That's a nice little hustle. And then
yeah,
like they give you like whatever materials that's left over, like that's yours to keep.
yeah. They
So
that's how you make a quilt from leftover materials. But I went and
mhm.
bought uh the bundles, and I
Mhm.
was gonna cut out the patches and take a patch from each bundle that I have and put
Mhm.
them together and make a quilt, and then make the back to it and make a pretty nice size uh king or queen.
Mhm.
But my mother knew how to do those Afghans where you knit and you make the different designs. She knew how to do that, and I wish I knew how to craft and make those Afghans, because those are real nice uh, things to give away, for
Sounds
Christmas or
time
whatever.
consuming.
It is. It is. It is. It is. You have
Uh,
to be in it and ready to go.
My grandma had a lot of time on her hands.
Yeah, she did. She really did. She really did. Yep, she really did.
Now, what did grandma do when she was when y'all were coming up?
My mother tried to work as a nurse's aide,
Mhm.
but she had so many of us, she was always quitting, and we were sickly. At least I
Mhm.
was. I had pneumonia twice, had yellow jaundice, and had to be in the hospitalized for 14 days. Switching sandwiches at school, and I loved bologna. And the classmate, I'm not trying to be color racist, but she had a bologna sandwich, and I had peanut butter and jelly, and we switched sandwiches. But
You got sick from
I
switching
got
sandwich.
sick because her bologna had mayonnaise on it, and I guess by mayonnaise staying out, and
Oh yeah, it spoils.
it spoiled it, and
Huh?
that's how I got sick.
Cool. Oh man.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's crazy because you say y'all was sickly, but when you had kids, I don't remember the last time any of us got like sick like that. You
well,
know?
your brother Aaron,
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember he
yeah,
had
he was
yeah.
sick, and Marcus. When Marcus was a baby, Marcus wasn't a year old, and Marcus was in the hospital too. And yeah, he kept his stools were like a gray, and they couldn't find out. Yeah, they couldn't find out what was wrong with him. They had He had a IV in his head, and they just couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. But I think because he's having the issues with the diabetes, I'm thinking he might have had. Because I had gestational diabetes when I was pregnant with the first three,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's what his problem is now. Maybe his pancreas added his pancreas is not working like it's supposed to.
Oh man.
And I had to take Marcus every time, every other night, or once a week, or something like that. Marcus would have a real bad stomach pains, and I had to take him to the hospital, and they could never tell me what was wrong with him. So,
That's odd. That's real
mhm.
odd. I
Yeah,
have to ask Marcus if he's still dealing with that.
yeah, he is. Yeah, his sugar is up past
No,
nine.
no, no. I mean like the stomach pains and stuff.
Yeah, he did have it. I think once or twice. I think Chanel had to take him to the emergency room. Because one time it was in New Orleans when they were back in New Orleans, and I think he's had it here. One time he had it here. I don't know if it's where they live at now or when he was in Katy. I can't
Mm-hmm.
remember, but yeah. But
Okay.
that's what diabetes is. It messes with the
Mess with
pancreas.
your pancreas. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
But
So,
my man, that's crazy. But
mhm.
what about any of us, any of you others, or we was just generally healthy?
Let me see. Asthma. Um,
Uh huh. I remember that.
AJ.
Uh huh.
AJ. He because AJ went to a doctor and the doctor said, "Does that mama want her child?" So she was playing into his grandmother's hands, and she wanted to keep AJ down with her in New Orleans because I was at Keesler. No, where I would no, I was in Bergstrom Air Force Base in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and she wanted to keep AJ because he was the
Mm-hmm.
first
The
grandbaby
first
on.
boy, first
Yeah,
grandbaby, first
yeah,
boy.
yep, yep, yep. So his daddy had to tell her that's Denise's baby. Let her take her baby home. So yeah, they could never find out what was going on with him, but evidently she must have gave him some kind of medicine to get him straight.
Mm-hmm.
So no, all
Probably
he had was asthma. Asthma.
probably gave him a steroid or something.
Yeah, my hair. Yeah, my hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, pass all that. Okay, we're gonna move past all that.
But I'm saying, yeah, Aaron had the meningitis, bacterial meningitis. He don't know that, but that's why he kind of crazy right now. Let me see. Marcus, we touched him. Aaron, uh, Jay. No, I got sick after I had you. Uh, They put me in the hospital for a few days because the fluid was backing up in my body, so I had to go to the hospital for that. And Kimberly, no problem, none whatsoever. She was looking crooked. She was looking sideways.
Nah, she
Yeah,
was that. Kimberly came
yeah,
out with a case of extreme side eye.
yeah. She had a side eye, so the doctor told me to take her to the eye doctor to see if she was going to be okay. And a
You hear
few
that,
days,
Kim? You
yeah, a
hear that,
few
Kim?
days
But
later,
she,
her eyes straightened up. You know, so
nah,
we
she
don't.
just
I don't
giving
know what
everybody
that
the
was all
side eye.
about. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about.
She was throwing shade at everybody at a
I
young
guess.
age.
I guess. I guess. Yeah.
Oh man, I was about to ask what she at, but I know where she at. She at
Dynamo's
that
game.
Dynamo game. Yes, ma'am. So all right, speaking of, but I want everybody to know we nice and healthy now. We rarely get sick. We
Yeah.
ain't dead. You know what I'm saying? We ain't mistreated or nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Whatever my mama did over the years, it worked.
Yeah.
Whatever concoction she cooked up,
Oh yeah.
all
Yeah.
the hot toddies in the world, they work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like what song I know you like you I know you big into we call you the musical encyclopedia
Hmm.
because every time a song plays, you
Yeah.
you
I
run it
I
off.
yeah.
Even some samples like of some songs I done played for you in the past.
Mhm.
Like you
Mhm.
know, oh that's such and such. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, no, mama, that's this person. No, no. No, the beat, that's from this. And you sit there and look it up, and pull it up, and you showed up, that's that song. So my
Mhm.
mama's a my mama's a musical encyclopedia, a musical historian, what have you. Music, whatever song it was, she knows it.
Mm.
So Imma ask you this, mama, what song takes you right back to your youth the instant you hear it?
Takes me. Oh, but they were white groups. We didn't
Mhm.
used to uh, have much black music that we could
Mhm.
listen to on the radio.
Ah.
But we used to get a station out of Cleveland, Ohio, and but we had to go out, take our little transistor radios outside, and get that station. And the only time they played black music was at night.
Mhm.
So there was "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Jerry Butler, me and Mrs. Supreme's Temptation. I can't think of that guy's name, but I see him, but I can't think of it. Uh, yeah, we grew up on so much music.
I got it,
We,
yeah, it was a
we
musical time when you were coming up. I think
yeah, but
when
we
you were coming up, there was a lot of music, like, coming out from
oh yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, yeah. And we were listening to that music. We didn't pay much attention to the lyrics.
Right.
Today, and I said, "Mm, I listened to that. Trying to love too ain't easy to do. All kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
And we said we listened to that.
Y'all
Dang.
sure
Okay.
did.
Listen. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Well, well, I mean, I could tell you over and over what I think about, like, 'cause I was like that when we were little. I remember Kimberly telling me a funny story about when y'all was in the car and that Ludacris song came on. We wasn't thinking nothing about it.
Uh-uh.
It's that
No.
song with I don't want to mention the name of the song, but
Yeah.
we all know that song that Ludacris came out in the early 2000s. And
Uh-huh.
Kimberly told me you had heard that song that came on. You like what? You had heard him turn it off. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess when
Yeah.
you're young, like it's just you just
Yeah.
listening to
Yeah.
music. Me, I was just
Yeah.
listening to a rap or whatever, and
Right. Well,
I wasn't
Tyrese
really
was
thinking.
yeah, Tyrese was my boy back then too. And
Tyrese.
I think when y'all used to come up, that was the first song that came on the radio when it was time to get up. It was
Uh huh.
Tyrese.
Was it Tyrese or was it man, what's that other guy? Was it Glenn Thomas or Carl Thomas?
Glenn Thomas,
Was it Glenn Thomas?
and
See,
then Tyrese.
I don't have my tab. Y'all forgive me. I don't have my tablet. Usually, when I fact checking everything on my tab. My
Yeah.
screen went out on my tab.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm lacking right now. I'm
Glenn Jones. Yeah, Glenn
Glenn
Jones.
Jones. Glenn Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Glenn Jones.
we had that song used to come on. Where you wake
Yeah.
us up in the morning.
Well, that reminds me of Power Rangers. Uh, Glenn Jones, because that
Why
came
Power
out
Rangers, Mama? That's an odd comparison. Why Power Rangers?
because y'all used to watch the top Power Rangers um, on Saturday mornings. I don't know if you were old enough to know about them.
Yeah, nah, I was because I remember fighting with Aaron.
Uh-huh.
Aaron, like, look, I give Aaron his flowers right there. Aaron was one of the best actors. He was one of the best play buddies I'd have never had
Uh-huh.
when it
Yeah.
came to acting out scenes from the Power Rangers when we used to play when we was little.
Yeah. Anita Baker. I used to play her all the time. Sade.
I think Anita Baker is like one of them people that everybody in my generation knows of. Cause I mean I know a lot. I know a lot. I know a lot of music. I know a lot of songs and a lot of movies that a
Yeah.
lot of people my age don't know, and haven't seen. But I think everybody in my generation knows about Anita Baker because of some Saturday morning cleanup session.
Mm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. But moving on, Mama, we gonna move forward to segment two,
Okay.
which is called the mother. This is I want to reflect on like your journey and experiences as a mother. What I'm saying, with it being Mother's Day being tomorrow, because we shooting this episode on a Saturday. With
Mm-hmm.
Mother's Day being tomorrow, kind of want people to know what it was like for you, you know, when you know, when you grew up and stepped into motherhood.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what was your first thought when you found out you were pregnant with me?
Uh, I was surprised because, as you can remember, I had after the first three, I had a
Mhm.
tubal ligation,
Mhm.
which is they tied my tubes
Mhm.
to prevent me from having children.
Mhm.
We went through the procedure to have my tubes untied. And the only way they could do that is because the reason they were able to do that is because after I had Aaron, my tubes were stretched and tied. So that
Okay.
left enough tube where they could be able to get hooked back together. But only one side of my tube, the thing took.
Mhm.
So the other side didn't do so well.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that's how I was surprised that I was able to get pregnant with you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know what to say to that
Yeah.
right now. I don't know how it feels. Like, I guess. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you for letting me kick
Yeah.
the dough in on you.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron thought
So
it
I'm
was
wondering
over,
how they felt. You
huh?
know, I'm wondering how they felt when I got pregnant. I never asked that question, because he was the baby, for 10 whole years.
Right.
And, I wonder how kids feel when your mothers are pregnant with another child and the other children. Wonder how they feel.
I ought to ask him that one day.
Yeah, that's a
It's
good
like,
question.
man, how you feel when I kicked the dough in on you, huh? Man,
Yeah.
how'd that make you feel? What
Well,
did it make you angry?
he's not going to tell you
Yeah, he ain't gonna
exactly
tell me
how
the
he
truth.
felt.
He,
Yeah.
he gonna tell me. He gonna tell me some blended up lie. Like, you ain't gotta lie, man. If you felt some type of way, man, because I was coming, man. You could have
Uh-huh.
just said that, man. I threatened your throne.
Yeah.
No,
So,
but what was the man? I'm gonna have to be ready for this answer. what
uh-huh. Well,
was the hardest part about raising me?
you would run all over the church. The church, you would, and you went in the refrigerator, got what you wanted to eat, and I'd be telling you no, uh, get out of there. But somebody else just let you have your way. So, and then the pastor's wife, she would protect you too after you from doing all that running around the church. So, you was spicy. Yeah, the milk.
Don't say spicy, Bob. Oh man, Sam's gonna have a field day with this. Feisty,
You
Bob. Say feisty.
feisty,
Yeah, I
feisty,
had some
feisty.
spunk. You can't say spicy.
It's just okay. You were feisty in
I was
church.
feisty.
Yeah, feisty. All up underneath the bench. Um, it was just all over the place. Yeah, you're very hyper.
I'm very active.
Active, yes. Very active.
Fearless too. Like
Yeah.
you gotta let people know that I'm fearless. Have no
Fearless.
fear.
That's it, fearless. Because we was came to Houston, I think, one time for the Astro when they had Astro World. And you were 3 years old. And there was a sound they would make when the wave was coming in, and you would go right out there to the wave. And I'm saying, what's going on with you? He go to the wave. The wave was coming. He go to the wave.
And what was
I
I
don't know
supposed
what
to
he
do,
was
Bob?
gonna do.
Y'all know what I was finna do.
Yeah, I'm trying to jump in there.
Where was
Mm.
my brothers at? Where was my brothers at? What?
I think they were on the rides. I think they
Uh-huh.
were, because they were old enough to get on the rides.
Mm-hmm.
And you weren't old enough to get on any rides with them. So you were with me. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So when was your when do you feel how can I say this? When did you feel your proudest as a mother?
Proudest when y'all were graduating from the different little uh, schools.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying my best to make everybody's. And it's just y'all had so much sense and you were so smart, you know. Things click, 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 click. You know, you knew what the next thing to do. And, you know, you were very smart.
Yes, ma'am. What's one piece of advice you that you that you would give that one piece of somebody knocking on the door. What's one piece of advice you always hoped I would take?
He said the advice.
What's one piece of advice you always hoped I would take? Because I know you used to give a whole lot of advice. You used to give out a whole bunch of words of wisdom. Like,
Uh-huh.
what's one piece of advice that you gave me that you that you're glad that is stuck?
Don't have it no all them babies all over the world, you know.
Don't worry, I only got the one, mom.
Yeah,
I
only
only
got the
got the
one.
one.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I don't have that problem,
If
mama.
you didn't
I
take any of
guarantee.
the, I did not want any baby mama drama. And I didn't. And I have no baby mama drama.
I got you, mama. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. No baby
Yes,
mama drama.
I would have been in jail. Yeah, I would have been in jail.
If you had to deal with all these other mamas out
Oh,
here
baby
dealing with.
mama drama. Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Okay, well, I'm glad to make you proud of that department, mama. That's the advice I took. I ain't out here just running around now, cause I
Yeah.
know I know what you mean, cause I got homeboys and like they got different baby mamas, and I see what they go through, and I'm like, goodness gracious.
Mhm. You did. I didn't have anybody call me to bail them out of jail.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one
that's
too. I didn't have
that's a good.
anybody. Mama, can you come and bail me out? You would have stayed there. You probably would have still been there right now because I wasn't coming.
Mama, you wouldn't have came got me, mama, if I was
No.
in jail. What if I was innocent?
Huh. Okay. Okay.
She like, well,
Okay.
you need to sit still for a minute anyway. I see you when they
Yeah.
let you out.
Think about what you did. Yeah. To get there.
Oh
Yeah.
man, nah, but okay. Well, throughout the years, mama, when throughout raising me and my siblings, and
Mhm.
all the things that we would all go through, and
Mhm.
and and
Mhm.
and all the challenges that we would face. Did you ever sneak a moment to just like to yourself to just because I don't remember I don't know if anybody else mama could say this. But I don't remember many moments where I've ever seen you cry or like show any type of emotion. I kind of think that's why I'm the way I am right like now. Like it's a rare moment when people see me cry. Did you ever
Yeah.
like sneak away and sneak a moment to cry?
I didn't have time to cry. I just say that. I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
time to cry. The job that I had was, I
It
don't know.
was it was a demanding one. It was a demanding one. It demanded a lot of time and
Yeah, I
seriousness.
had, but what I was going through at that time, I didn't have time to cry.
Right.
I had to keep it together. Else I would
Yes,
have been
ma'am.
in a mental institution. And I think that's where some people would be glad to see me. But the devil is a lie.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't have time to cry. I did not have time to cry. I didn't.
hmm
I had that, with the with customs, I used to work all the time.
Mhm.
So even as a technician, I had to work. It work. I go to work my 8 hour shift, and I had to go to the airport and work that shift when I was a
Mhm.
customs technician. When I got officer, I had to, I remember that Christmas I came. I was in law enforcement school then at
Yes, ma'am.
Glencoe. So
Mhm.
we caught a bus on that weekend, came to see y'all for Christmas. Then we were practicing a test on the bus coming here, coming to Louisiana, New Orleans that weekend. And then when we got back on the bus to go back to Glencoe, we were studying then because we had a test as soon as we hit back into to Glencoe. So
Right.
there was no time to cry. There was
Mhm.
no time. You had to be on it. You had to make a certain grade on your test. So my mind was jumping around, so I could make more money to, uh, pay child support and make so I could, be able to live, you
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
and
That's
do
great.
stuff like that. Yeah,
That's great.
I had to keep up. I couldn't,
Mhm.
I couldn't look down and feel sorry for myself. I couldn't do
Yes,
it.
ma'am. Had
Didn't
to
have
just
time.
keep going. And I
Yeah.
and I thank
Yeah.
and I thank you because that's one of the things you instilled in me. Um, I know you probably be like you probably be hit like beating yourself about it probably sometimes, but like, man, well that boy just don't sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't like,
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have time to,
Mm-hmm.
really just like sit there and
Mm-hmm.
uh what's the word? Well, I really feel like I don't have time. Like even when the stuff that's currently happening at my job with all turmoil and all this other stuff, like I just keep working because I'm building something here. I'm building, I'm secretly building an empire.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
have time. I don't have time to,
Mm-hmm.
focus on the crap,
Yeah, the
the
negative.
yeah, the
Yeah. Yeah.
negatives, and I don't have time for that. So all I
Mhm.
got time for is to keep moving forward because
Yeah.
I feel like the time I stop, I'm
Mm-hmm.
losing. I'm losing
Yeah.
something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I only got so many hours in a day. I only got so much time.
Yeah.
So in that time, I just focus on building and moving
Mm-hmm.
forward and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yes,
Cause,
ma'am.
yeah, 'cause I don't know the way the world is. I I would love to travel, love to do this, that, the other, but the world in the shape that it's in today, it takes an awful lot for uh you to go where anywhere and do anything and feel good about it. It's
Yes, ma'am.
kind of hard for me to do that. I'm working because I just don't want to sit.
I got you.
I don't have any grandkids where they need for me to take care of them. All of them are up on a to an age where they're in school.
Mhm. Yes, ma'am.
So, I said I'm gonna do this for a few years, and then I'm gonna have to find volunteer or find something that's gonna keep me going and motivated. To I like helping people,
Mm,
but mhm, mhm, mhm.
I wanna open a shelter to help people because
Mhm.
I'm a firm believer in
Giving
uh
back.
giving back and just like, to the people that's just a victim of circumstances.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I want to
yeah,
be able to teach them not to be a victim to their circumstances.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Because I'm a big supporter of
Hmm. Then there's a lot of
domestic.
people need help out there.
Oh yeah,
You know,
definitely,
just
definitely.
somebody to talk to. I mean, a lot of
Yes,
people
ma'am.
probably who live alone,
Mhm.
don't have any family. Or the family is busy. Trying to keep their family up and
Yes,
running.
ma'am. Yes,
And
ma'am.
there's a lot of people out there that need help. And we just got to get out there and do the best we can with what we have, to help people.
Yes, ma'am. And I
Mm.
know, yeah, well, like that's why I said I'll have something up and running for you to do by the end.
Yeah,
By
yeah,
the time you decide, okay, yeah, it's time to go ahead and step away from
yeah,
this again. It's getting a
yeah,
little too too whatever for me.
yeah.
But okay, moving on to the final segment.
Hmm.
And I just wanna let me see. I wanna celebrate your influence. As a mother. Um, I wanna just reflect on uh let's say the future, and
Hmm.
what you have, what the lasting memories that you've created with me, with my siblings, and stuff like that. So, like, what do you want people to remember you for?
That anybody that's hungry, I'll feed you.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't have anything else, I can feed you. I
Mm-hmm.
can make sure you don't go hungry. Um,
You feed people's souls with that advice you give too.
yeah. So uh, I'm looking to make sure people are going in the right direction.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
not going to give you any information to hurt you.
Right.
If I give you information, I want it to help you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not out here to do bad to nobody. I'm not out here trying to get over on anybody. I'm just here to help you.
Yes,
And if
ma'am.
I can feed you, if that helps you, fine. You know, I want to be something like a human resource person. So if you come and you're looking for a job, you come looking for uh, somewhere to buy clothes or get clothes from or furniture or whatever it is that you need, I want to be the one to direct you on where to get it from and how to get it.
Yes, ma'am. Look. We need human resources, people like you, because
Mhm.
goodness gracious, we got one guy at my job. It's like,
Mhm.
usually human resources is supposed to be, kind of like the mediator or whatever between the worker and management and stuff like that. The guy we got, man, he's
Mhm.
like he down for the wrong cause. He trying to
Yeah.
mess us over along with
And
them.
and that's the bad thing about certain people that are in positions.
Yes,
They're not
ma'am.
taking and using that position for the right reason. You
Exactly.
you know, they just telling you information just to be telling you. You
Right.
gotta if you're gonna steer people, you gotta be right when you do it. You can't just
Exactly.
tell folks stuff and then they up there out there bumping their head because of what
Uh
you
huh.
done told them. You can't do
Hmm.
that.
Yes,
That's not
ma'am.
right. It's not right.
No, it's not right. Yeah, I
Mhm.
hear that mama has spoken. That is not right.
That's not right.
Okay. What's something you hope I teach my daughter?
Mhm.
What's something you hope that I teach my daughter?
That everybody's not your friend. You have to be careful who you associate yourself with,
Yes, ma'am.
and look, she has to be on her P's and Q's from now on till she graduated from high school. When she get in junior, senior year, she need to know what she gonna do after she graduates.
Yes, ma'am. But you got a young aspiring doctor.
Okay,
So that's what
okay.
she's doing.
Cause
Yeah,
I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be on her like white on rice.
in a paper plate and a snowstorm.
Yes, and if that's what she wants to be, I'm gonna make sure, and I'm gonna every time I see her, I'm gonna be asking her, okay, what you doing?
Yes, ma'am.
Is you doing X, Y, and Z?
Hmm.
Okay, what you doing? Because that what you doing ain't gonna get over here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I will make sure she knows that.
don't come playing now. Now, if you this is what you say you're gonna be, we gonna make sure that's what you going to be.
Yes,
Don't
ma'am.
don't play
That's
with
what
me.
we
Don't
gonna do.
halfway in there and then all of a sudden you backing up. No.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we're gonna finish. We're gonna see this one through.
Yeah, we're gonna see it through. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So, okay, what does motherhood like after after all your years of being mom, and this is a lot of years been done past you being a grandma because you got you got college students now
Yeah, I got
as
2 of 'em.
grandkids. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So after all these years have passed of you being a mother, what does motherhood mean to you now?
I wish I had a taken more time with the grandkids, but I know the parents know where they wanted to do and where they wanted their children to go. So I
Hmm.
kinda just stayed in the background,
Yes, ma'am.
but I wish I was more, outspoken and upfront
Yes, ma'am.
and, been there to sit with them at, the table to do homework and, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Well,
Mhm.
I take I get you, mama, and I understand. You know what I'm saying? But I know I take that how I take it. I feel like no shade to anybody because everybody has their own
Yeah.
mothering uh
Mhm.
concepts and
Yeah.
techniques and stuff like that. But I mean,
Mhm.
you did your. I feel like I always say this, and I always tell everybody this. My mom did her job as a mom, so she didn't have to do much as a grandma. Because I feel like you instilled in us everything that we needed to do and should have known
Mhm.
to be good parents. And
Mhm.
we just took that advice and those teachings, and we just and that love that she gave us, and we just applied it. So what I'm saying, and we raised our own kids. There's a lot of people out here whose grandparents is whose parents is raising their kids. You know what I'm saying? I kind of looked at that too in certain situations. I seen grandparents like when growing up in church. Uh,
Mm.
I had a couple of friends that their grandparents was raising them.
Right. Right. Right.
And I never wanted to. I always took the responsibility.
Mhm.
When it was given to me. I never delegated. Any of my
Right.
responsibility
Right.
because
Right.
I'm the type of person I feel like if you sit there and delegate all your responsibility out, then what are you? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? If I'm a father that delegates my responsibility out, am I really a father?
Right.
So
Right.
and
Right.
but I think I take it as that like you did your job as a mother, as a parent,
Mhm.
to where we didn't have to ask you to
I
do
didn't have to
much. You
step
know what I'm
up
saying?
in that
Yeah,
that role.
you didn't have to step in that space. You know what
So I was
I'm
ready. I was ready. If I had to
saying?
step up in the role, I was ready.
Yeah, we know, mama.
Yeah, I was ready.
We know. But
Yeah.
and okay, this is kind of the piggyback off of what you had said. Like if you could go back, if you can go back way back,
Mhm.
you know, 20, 30, 40 years ago, what I'm
Ooh.
saying, to
Mhm.
if you can go back to give yourself advice when you became a mom,
Mhm.
what would you say?
I would have looked at the person I was with and made a decision.
I got
But y'all wouldn't have been here if I had a made that decision. And
Yes, ma'am.
I'm glad I stuck with y'all as much as I possibly could.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just look at y'all now, and and I really am, grateful that I'm still be able to uh, be in y'all's lives and stuff like that. And
Yes, ma'am.
it's been fun. Been fun. Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. It has been fun.
Yeah, it's been fun. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am. But I just want to take a moment to just express my gratitude for you, mom. I think we've all as a small unit have been through a lot,
Hmm.
and we've seen a lot, we've heard a lot, we've done a lot,
Yeah, and
and
we on
we
the
met.
other side. We
Yeah, we
standing
on
on
the
the
other
other
side of it.
side.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
we
Yes,
on the
ma'am.
other side of it. Thank
Yes,
God.
ma'am.
Thank God.
Yeah, just
Hmm.
because I just want to tell the people out there that's listening and watching, just because you don't see the struggles and
Hmm.
you didn't see the struggles, don't mean we didn't have any. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
Thank God we don't look like what we've been through.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, yeah, we'd have limbs hanging out. We probably have eyes poked out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah,
just because you didn't see the struggle or we don't
yeah.
talk about the struggle, don't mean there wasn't no struggle, man. So,
Amen.
but Mama, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you, and I'm pretty sure all of my siblings feel the same way.
Yeah.
Because when you had to step up you indeed did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was in a bad way,
Mm-hmm.
and mama came through and was there for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm pretty sure you've done the same for each and every one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I know about it or not.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
just want to express my gratitude, Mama. And I'm very, very grateful for everything that you've
Yeah.
done
But
for me.
yeah.
I can't speak for everybody else, but I
Well,
will.
you need to talk to your sister because she think I am. I'm a boy mom. She doesn't understand that I'm a boy and a girl mom.
Oh nah,
No.
I think Kimberly just be giving you a hard time.
If she does, I'm a taking punch in the eye.
Yeah, Kimmy, you heard
Yeah.
that. You better watch out. You better watch out.
Yeah, you do that for your boys. You do that for your boys. She say that
Nah,
all the time.
nah,
All the
she just giving you a hard time.
yeah,
She just giving you a hard time. But
yeah.
I just want, I gave you your gifts early.
Yes, I
You know,
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I hope you enjoy those,
Yeah,
I hope the words speak to your heart.
yeah,
I really, really
yeah.
meant every word. So
I gotta get out there in my garden too.
yes, ma'am,
Get it,
yes, ma'am. I
get
got
it
you,
done.
got my mind. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
But okay. Well, in closing, um, this episode was for you, Mama. But it's also for every mother who gives her all.
Hmm.
Even when nobody's watching, nobody's giving her flowers and stuff like that. These are for the moms just like you who
Hmm.
do their best. What I'm saying, to be a shining example of greatness as a mom. What I'm saying. Anybody out there, if we I know we're recording this episode on a Saturday.
Hmm.
Mother's Day is tomorrow. By the time this show airs, it's Monday. It's a mental Monday.
Hmm.
So, at this point, man, call your mama again, and tell your mom thank you. Tell her you appreciate her. Tell her you love her, most importantly. And
Hmm.
you know, give your mama flowers while she can still smell 'em. You know what I'm
Well, happy
saying?
Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Yes, ma'am. Happy Mother's Day to
Yeah.
everybody, all the mothers. You know what I'm saying? All the ones that put in the work, all the hours, all been a doctor when the child was sick,
Hmm.
been a teacher when the child needed help with homework and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just shout out to the moms out there. We really appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? God
Hmm.
knows how important you guys are. So we appreciate y'all.
And
But
even though you think you can't talk to
I
your,
was just about to ask you, got anything to say, Mom?
yeah,
But what you go ahead and say, Mom?
well, even if you feel you can't talk to your mother, you can. Don't not talk to your mom about anything that you feel that's on your mind and in your on your heart. Talk to her because she may be able to have help you to understand, and maybe you'll be able to work out whatever it is that you're going through.
Yes, ma'am. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Mm.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah, you may not want no, you may not like what she's saying, but it may help you in the long run.
Yes, ma'am. I believe that
Mhm.
firmly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to encourage everybody to make sure y'all, if this your first time listening to the podcast, you know what I'm saying? You got plenty of time to go back and
Hmm.
listen and watch, some other content that we have. Just want to continue to encourage y'all to continue to be focused and not be foolish. Love on your moms, man. I appreciate y'all for listening and watching and offering encouraging words, commenting. We getting a lot of more interaction now, man, and I appreciate y'all for being with me along on this journey. And
Hmm.
we'll see y'all next time.
All right. Bye.
All right, yeah, I appreciate y'all. We
Have a
out.
good evening.
Have a good day.